Just over here to your right. First of all, how are you enjoying your experience in Paris?
Man, I'm having a good time, living my best life. You know what I mean? Eating my meal, couple restaurants, and just enjoy myself. You know what I mean? And a lot of people here, when I landed in Paris, was showing me a lot of love from the airport to the hotel, out in the streets, man. So I'm getting a lot of embrace and warmth from here. So I'm enjoying myself.
You're a little bit surprised by that, not only just that you're being recognized in another country, but the fact that you're being recognized and being,
Embrace?
Yeah.
I think people really like my personality, the way I come off. And they know that I'm here to perform and show out, you know what I mean, in a first event in Paris. So I think everybody's excited just to see what I'm about to bring.
Yeah. Last fight as well was an amazing fight. The fans were going crazy. Is that just something that, you're basically going to build your own brand off? Like, look, you can put me in against anyone and I'm going to make it an entertaining spectacle for people to go crazy over.
Yes, sir. Every single time.
So what do you... Mike's a bit... I don't know what's going on with Mike. What are you expecting out of this fight in particular? How do you think this one's going to go, and how do you think you're going to perform in there on Saturday?
I think I'm just going to get my hand raised, and my performance is going to speak for itself. So I don't know exactly what to expect, but I know it's going to be exciting.
Just over here. This is your first time fighting in Europe, right? So what kind of adjustments have you had to make in terms of the travel time?
I haven't made much adjustments, to be honest with you. So my flight was a little later, around 6 o'clock. It's like a 7-hour difference where I'm from. So I just slept on a plane. As soon as I slept on the plane, I stayed up around 8 o'clock in the morning when we landed here. And, I've been able to just go to sleep at night. And so I adjusted pretty well, no problem.
And, fighting in enemy territory against, a hometown guy, with the UFC being this, first event here in Paris, how do you feel about being, in enemy territory? I'm
not in enemy territory. Like I said, man, I've been getting all the love here in France and Paris, Be honest with you, Nassourdine, I don't know how long he's been here, but I know he's not born from here, He's a Russian guy, Dagestani. He sometimes carried the Russian flag. So a lot of people from France, when I said his name, didn't know who he was. And they told me, go get him, go knock him out. For France, that's what they told me. I got it on video. So, at the end of the day, I think he's in enemy territory, not me.
And you both ran into each other during the poster signing. What was that, what was that like? It seemed like you were kind of perhaps sizing each other up.
Nah, ain't no size up, man. It's just the nature of the business, My biggest thing is a lot of fighters try to avoid each other, whatever. My thing is, I want to see you. I want to see what you're about, because in order to have a crazy fight, I need another crazy fighter, that's going to come in, the pressure, engage, and I think he's one of them. So we're going to have a real fun fight on our hands. I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely. And, he's coming off of 2 finishes. So how do you think your styles are going to match up on the night?
Finish. Somebody getting finished, So my thing is having the skill, having the experience, and just having a will. Whose will going to be stronger, And who's going to break first is the person that's going to fall.
What do you think gives you the edge over him?
I don't know. I think my mentality. I think a lot of fighters don't have the belief like I do. Some, it's like a 1%, Shout out to Leon Edwards, Like nonstop and always fighting until you get your opportunity. Like, I feel like you always got a chance in the fight. Even if you lose, you always got a chance, If it's 1 second left in the fight, you can always win as long as you continue to fight, And I feel like a lot of fighters don't have that mentality. Once they losing like 2 rounds, they just give up. Like, all right, let me survive and make it to the judges at least and not be a highlight reel. But for me, it's like a loss is a loss. So if I fall, I fall. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep fighting on.
And what do you make of Leon Edwards capturing the welterweight title?
Hey, good for him. Rocky story, baby. That's it.
Is that the kind of story that perhaps inspires you at all?
Of course. I'm on the same mission, just like him. So he accomplished his, I need to accomplish mine.
And you're on a 3-fight win streak since your loss to Alessio. What can you put that success down to?
The layoff that I got against Alessio. I still been one of the most active fighters since being signed in 2020 with 8 fights, 5-2. Majority knockouts with 4 knockouts here in the UFC. But that layoff that Alessio gave me, was good because I had to get my schedule together because I wasn't training full time and I was still trying to figure things out with my coaches and gym and then, you know, taking care of my grandmother, having a baby and stuff like that. So once I got the schedule together and I got, you know, my solid foundation back home, everybody was working together to allow me to be able to leave to Michigan to go train. Yeah, I'm a problem now.
And you both, yourself and Nassourdine, both see this being a war on Saturday. How do you see yourself getting your hand raised?
Like I told you, I can't really predict necessarily the outcome, exactly what's going to happen. You know what I mean? I would like to call myself Mystic Mansa, but I ain't got that type of power. But whatever he gives me, whatever openings that he shows, I'm going to expose and I'm going to take it. You know, so, but I do see my hand getting raised at the end of the day.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Joaquin back here. I asked him this question as well. There was a fair amount of chatter online about this being a prelim and not a main card.
Yeah.
You know, what were your thoughts on being on the prelims? Were you disappointed at all?
No. Like I said to Brian once I found out, because they was like, bro, you going to be on the main card. It's just like they switching up the lineup. I was like, nah, I'm on the prelims. They posted, they put it up there. I'm on the prelims. But my thing is I'm not disappointed because I'm in a place where I get to enjoy myself. So once the fight is over with, I could just sit back and relax. But for Nassourdine, I don't know if he feels any type of way. I feel like he would more than I would. I'm not ranked. You know what I mean? So me fighting on the prelims ain't going to do nothing for me. You know, but him being ranked, him being so-called from here, you would think that he'd have a problem, you know. But my opinion, this is probably going to be one of the most exciting prelim fights ever, you know what I mean, and most watched prelims for the main event, yeah. So I feel like the numbers is going to go up like crazy once we get out there.
Having said that, does seeing the response from fans asking for this to be on the main card, does that give you a nice little ego boost of sorts?
And no ego boost. It just shows me that people love to watch me fight, period. Like I said before, like when I touched down in Paris, man, that's the first thing they ask me, like, is who I'm fighting, when I'm fighting, and all them other things, and what I'm going to do and how I'm going to knock somebody out. So I think everybody's just always excited of what I'm going to bring and just, you know, always want to see me. So, yeah, no confidence boost. It's just always been this way.
And, you know, you will get to stick around and watch the rest of the card, I guess. Who's your pick in the main event? My
pick in the main event? Man, it's hard, bro. Them heavyweights. Take one shot. Cyril Gane, he's good. He moves well for a heavyweight, very athletic. You know, footwork is amazing. But Tuivasa is just a goddamn beast, bro. And all he needs is one punch. You know what I'm saying? I think, what he say? If I dink him, I sink him. I believe him. So I got my money on Tuivasa.
All right, thanks very much. Best of luck.
Hey, Joaquin. You mentioned Alessio Di Chirico before. Are you and him on good terms now, or is there still any...
I'm sorry, who?
Alessio Di Chirico.
Oh, what about him?
Are you on good terms with him?
I don't know what you mean.
Like, is there animosity?
There's never been. There's never been any. Yeah. So I have no problems with Alessio. He's a fighter just like I am. You know, we all compete, you know, and without competition, we can't feed our family. So, you know, at the end of the day, he signed a contract, I signed a contract. He was the man that won that night. I was the man that lost. That just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Thin line between winning and losing, you know.
Are you going to push for a rematch with him?
For what?
A rematch.
For what? That's what I'm asking. Why? I'm asking you, why?
Perhaps, you know, due to the defeat.
Because of the defeat?
Yes, sir.
Nah, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? We climb up, and if because he lost too, right? And the dude that I beat, he lost to. He got knocked out. So we just got to climb up the ladder, and if we meet in between, then that's cool. But I'm not going to just pick him out of everybody. For what? And
your thoughts on the co-main event?
Who the co-main again?
Sorry?
Who is the co-main again? I'm sorry.
Robert Whittaker against Marvin Vettori.
It doesn't matter. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. Whoever wins is going to be in the same spot, unfortunately.
Thank you very much.
Nassourdine told us that you were nicer in person than on the socials. Just referring to the hands that you shook with him when you met at the hotel.
Yeah. It's nothing to respond. It's just like, I met you. I see you. it's how I feel, and you heard what I felt. So if you felt some type of way, you could have said something. Well, Cyril Gane would have had to say it for him. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, we gonna get our moment where we gonna fight. You know, I'm here to promote the fights as best as I can in order to try to be on the main card. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I have no problem with these guys. You know, it's just a part of the game. It's a part of the business. You gonna actually see how I feel about you when I walk in that cage at the end of the day.
And you said you were here to promote the fight. And how can you promote yourself for French fans that might not know you for the moment or just saw the viral video but cannot associate it to your name?
That's a good question, man. If they haven't already recognized me from that kick, I feel like the best way to promote myself to the France audience is the people that already know me, you know. So me connecting and me going outside of, I forgot where I was, but, you know, I was in the middle of like this strip, whatever, downtown. I wouldn't call it Paris, but, you know, I was downtown near the hotel, and I got a lot of embrace and I got a lot of love for people just migrating, just for me watching me hit pads. You know what I'm saying? And that alone will people talking because they know who I am. And then, like, it's going to work on its own because organically people going to talk about me in France. And that's how I promote myself, is with the people that's from here. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Word of mouth and...
Exactly. So that's going to move faster than me posting something on the internet.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Just another one from me just over here. I remember you had a run-in a while ago with Darren Till and Khamzat Chimaev.
Oh, that's old news.
Is that, you know, obviously if you get the win on Saturday, is a fight...
Be honest with you, anybody can get it. Darren Till looked real appealing to me only because he hasn't had a fight in a while and he was trying to come back, and I thought I was the perfect matchup for him because I wasn't ranked. You know what I mean? A lot of people thought my style anyway would complement his, and, you know, I thought it would just be a great opportunity for him to have a comeback fight, you know? So I said, why not? You know what I'm saying? Put myself up in position in order to get that fight, but he didn't want it, you know? And that's the one thing for a matchmaker is the hardest thing is to get fighters to say yes. The UFC has gave me every fighter, and I've accepted it. I haven't declined not one fighter, period.
And I know you said that running was old news, but how do you see Khamzat Chimaev doing against Nate Diaz?
I feel like Khamzat more likely is going to win that fight, but you can't count Diaz out. You know what I mean? Definitely if you can't knock him out, you know what I mean? He's going to continue to fight, continue to walk forward. And if it's a 5-rounder, which I believe it is, Khamzat, you know what I'm saying, he better try to get that fight done early.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.